You believe you see the world as it is, clear, objective, and real. But here's the truth. You don't. What you experience every single day is not reality itself. It's an illusion created by your brain. This illusion shapes what you notice, what you ignore, and ultimately how you live your life. And the most dangerous part? You rarely realize it's happening. Think about this simple example. Imagine two people walking down the same street. One sees opportunities everywhere, a new cafe to try, a friendly neighbor waving hello, a chance to start a conversation. The other sees only danger, shady figures, noise, and the possibility of something going wrong. Same street, same time, same reality, but two completely different worlds. How is that possible? Because your brain doesn't just record reality. It edits it, colors it, and filters it. This is what psychologists call a cognitive filter, the lens through which you interpret the world. Your brain receives millions of bits of information every second, but it can't process them all. Instead, it selects what feels most relevant. But here's the illusion. You think you're perceiving everything, when in fact, you're only perceiving a fraction, and that fraction is shaped by your beliefs, emotions, and expectations. Let's break this down with a quick experiment. Right now, focus on the sounds around you. Maybe the hum of a computer, the faint noise of traffic, or the ticking of a clock. Notice how those sounds were there all along, but until I pointed them out, your brain filtered them out. You weren't aware. Why? Because your mind decided they weren't important. This is how the illusion works. You believe your reality is complete, but it's actually selective, partial, and biased. Now, why does your brain do this? The answer is efficiency. Your brain evolved to conserve energy and make fast decisions. Processing every single detail would overwhelm you, so it builds shortcuts, prioritizing what it thinks matters. If you believe the world is dangerous, it highlights threats. If you expect success, it highlights opportunities. The illusion is that you believe you're seeing reality objectively, but you're really seeing a version of reality shaped by your internal state. This is why two people can experience the exact same event in completely different ways. One person sees rejection as proof they're worthless. Another sees it as feedback to improve. One person sees failure as the end, another sees it as a beginning. Same facts, different realities. The illusion is not in the world, it's in your mind. Consider how this plays out in daily life. In relationships, if you expect people to hurt you, your brain will highlight every small action that confirms your suspicion. You'll notice the delayed text, the distracted look, the forgotten detail. But you'll ignore signs of care, affection, and effort. Your filter creates a self-fulfilling reality. In work, if you believe you're not capable, your brain will magnify every small mistake and minimize every achievement, reinforcing the illusion. Over time, the reality you see becomes the reality you live. Here's where it gets even trickier. Your brain uses not only current beliefs, but also memories and emotions to construct this illusion. Think of memory not as a perfect recording, but as a constantly edited movie. Each time you recall something, your brain tweaks it slightly, influenced by your present feelings and biases. Over years, the memory shifts so much that it barely resembles what actually happened, and yet you trust it as truth. This illusion shapes your sense of identity, your story of who you are. Now, let's bring in another layer: attention. Where you place your attention determines your reality. Ever bought a new car and suddenly started seeing that same model everywhere? The cars were always there, but your brain only started noticing them once they felt relevant. Attention acts like a spotlight. It brightens some things while leaving others in darkness. But here's the illusion. You think the spotlight is showing you reality, when in fact it's only showing you a narrow slice. So, what can we do about it? First, awareness. Simply recognizing that your perception is not reality, but an interpretation can change everything. The next time you feel trapped in negativity, Remind yourself, this is a filter, not the truth. That small shift can break the spell. Second, you can train your filters. Gratitude practices, for example, literally rewire your brain to notice more positive details. Over time, your brain becomes biased toward optimism instead of fear. Third, expand your perspective. Seek out different viewpoints, challenge your assumptions, and expose yourself to diverse experiences. Each new perspective weakens the illusion's hold. And here's the practical takeaway. Your mind is not a mirror, it's a painter. It doesn't reflect reality, it creates it. And that means you have power. You can't control every event in life, but you can influence the way your brain interprets it. By choosing where to focus, which beliefs to strengthen, and which narratives to challenge, you reshape the illusion. So, ask yourself, what reality is your brain creating right now? Is it a world of limitations, where every obstacle feels impossible? Or is it a world of growth, where every challenge is a stepping stone? The facts may be the same, but the world you live in is not. Your mind's illusion is shaping your reality every second of every day. And here's the final thought. Illusions are not bad. They're inevitable. The question is not whether your brain is creating an illusion, but whether you'll remain unaware of it. Once you see the illusion, you can work with it instead of being trapped by it. You can bend it, challenge it, and use it to create a reality that empowers you instead of limiting you. In the next video, we'll take this one step further and uncover the hidden mental trap that makes you lie to yourself without even realizing it. Because if your brain can shape your reality, what else is it hiding from you?